Okay, let's summarize what we discussed and understand when do we need to reject the concrete. So all these tests we're doing, obviously, to come to the conclusion that are we gonna pump the concrete or we may need to reject the concrete. So first of all is that, okay, we did the slump test, we did it twice, and both times the sample collapsed or had a shear failure. Well, that's one indication that you may need to reject your mix. Second is that, okay, we did the slump test, we did the reading, but it didn't come within acceptable range. Again, you have to do a second test. If it happens, we must reject the mix. Third is we did the temperature check, it came out too hot, higher than 35 degrees. Again, we need to do a second test and reject if it happens. Finally, the last one, maybe it's a bit difficult and it requires a bit of experience. If you visually sight some inconsistency in your concrete as it getting discharged from the truck, especially after that early discharge, you must again raise the question, double check it with someone who has experience, conduct more testing, or I don't know, and then maybe reject it if it fails. So last one, I'll put it there because we don't do slump test for every truck. As I said, we just do it for every 50 meter cube. But you still can visually check every truck, don't you? And if you notice something wrong with one batch or one mix, then maybe worthwhile to do slump test for that. You know what I mean? And if it fails, then we have to reject it. Remember, concrete rejection doesn't happen often on site because no one likes it. Supplier doesn't like it. Obviously, we on site don't like it because that means that we could have cold joints and other issues we had to deal with. But when it comes to it, obviously, better reject it than obviously dealing with headache later on. And you have to keep records of the concrete that gets rejected. Unfortunately, I've been told scenarios that concrete was rejected, but turns around to site, and guess what? They added some excess water to pass the slump test this time. So this sort of incident does happen. So we have to have a good document control and keep track of the work and the truck number plates that show up on site. So we minimize these issues.